What if I told you that some stories don't begin at birth, but long before it? This is the story of Layla, a girl who was never meant to be born in an ordinary way. Her mother couldn't carry a pregnancy to term. Doctors had no answers. But her grandmother believed something unseen was following their family, something that refused to let new life survive. What happened next would lead to rituals, nightmares, possession, heartbreaking loss, and a battle that lasted for generations. Tonight, you're about to hear a story that will make you question the line between fear and faith, between reality and the unseen. And this is what we will discover through today's story. The girl we are going to talk about is named Layla, and her story is strange and astonishing, especially because she was not born like ordinary people. Even her mother did not conceive her in a natural way, but rather through a strange and mysterious method in order to give birth. This is what we will uncover in this story. Layla was born in an unusual way, and even her mother did not conceive her naturally, but through a strange and unsettling experience. Her mother's pregnancy was not normal, and the experience she went through affected Layla even before she was born. To understand the story from the beginning, we must go back to the year 1991, the year her parents got married. The relationship between Layla's parents was good. It was filled with affection, intimacy, and everything that is normal between married couples. However, the only problem they faced was having children. Layla's mother tried many times to get pregnant, but each time the pregnancy did not last and ended in miscarriage. She was never able to complete a single pregnancy. Her parents tried visiting doctors and undergoing many medical tests, but no clear cause for the problem was found. At this stage, Layla's mother decided to try again and seek treatment in hopes that things would improve. During that time, Layla's mother spoke with her own mother, Layla's grandmother, and told her, "My daughter, everything that is happening to you also happened to me." Layla's grandmother had suffered greatly and struggled a lot in order to give birth, and this painful experience was inherited by Layla from the very beginning. When Layla's mother listened to her mother's words, she felt encouraged and strengthened, which gave her patience and determination to continue trying to have a child despite all the difficulties and hardships she faced. Layla's mother asked her grandmother, what was the reason that made the pregnancies fail? Her grandmother answered, "My daughter, the reason is the follower, a spiritual entity." Layla's mother honestly did not accept this explanation and could not understand it. She believed that her grandmother belonged to the older generation who believed in spiritual matters, and she did not want to fill her mind with such thoughts. Nevertheless, her grandmother kept repeating this explanation in an attempt to make her understand, even though Layla's mother tried many times to forget about it. Layla's mother tried hard to forget the matter, but when she later met a friend, that friend told her the same thing. What your mother told you could actually be true. Most likely, the reason your pregnancies do not last is the follower that you have, which your mother also had, and she suffered from the same problem. This explanation made Layla's mother realize that the problem was not just a coincidence, and that it had a cause linked to the family, which gradually became clearer to her. When Layla's mother began to take the matter seriously, she understood that the issue was family-related and that some people were already aware of it. Family members suggested that she visit the father of a certain man in their neighborhood, who was known for helping with such matters, as they believed the issue had a spiritual and inherited cause rather than being a coincidence. After becoming convinced that the pregnancy problem was related to the follower, Layla's mother went to a man in Casablanca who was known for practicing sorcery, dealing with spirits, and performing strange rituals. He confirmed that she had a follower and explained that it was the reason behind her pregnancy problems. He also told her how to get rid of it so that God would bless her with children. Layla's mother visited him repeatedly, and her only concern was becoming pregnant. Her intense desire made her unable to distinguish between what was lawful and unlawful. Later, she went to a religious man and asked if anyone in the family helped people through spiritual healing or religious practices. She discovered that her grandfather used to help people in the city of Tisnet, and that all the grandchildren had followers and spiritual struggles due to the family's origins. After this discovery, Layla's father suggested that she go to a specific religious lodge for treatment. There, special rituals were performed on her. They tied a belt around her waist and gave her herbs and other items according to the rituals. After completing them, Layla's mother returned home feeling as if she had been freed from the influence of the follower. However, After performing the rituals with the sorcerer in Casablanca, Layla's mother began suffering from nightmares, violent dreams, and severe bleeding. She returned to the sorcerer, who advised her to divorce her husband, claiming that both of them were protected by spiritual forces and that the spirits would never allow them to remain together. Layla's mother believed him and divorced her husband while she was 5 months pregnant. Layla's father went on to build a new life and married another woman, while Layla's mother remained alone. 6 years later, she gave birth to Layla. Afterward, Layla's mother also remarried, and her father built his own life as well. Thus, Layla was left alone after her birth, and her own story began. From the age of 6, Layla noticed the sorcerer performing strange practices, lighting colored candles, using odd tools, and carrying out rituals she could not understand. Over time, her maternal uncle began practicing invocation magic on her, which meant summoning a demon or spirit into her body. During these sessions, the spirit inhabiting Layla would speak through her and perform actions that served the sorcerer's interests. Layla did not understand what was happening. When the session ended, she felt confused and unaware, as if she had completely lost consciousness. When she woke up, she would find herself in a strange place filled with lit candles and mysterious tools, all arranged according to the performed rituals. Layla would wake up to find talismans, six-pointed stars, and strange rituals around her. She was only 6 years old, which left her unable to speak or tell anyone what was happening, especially since she was too young to understand it. This continued for a long time until her uncle's health deteriorated and he could no longer practice these rituals. Shortly after, he passed away. After his death, Layla found herself alone and entered a new phase of her life, one filled with mystery and unanswered questions. Layla suffered for a long time from possession and the follower, as her body was sensitive to any spirit or demon entering it. This suffering continued until the age of 16, without anyone making an effort to help her. Each of her parents lived separately, and Layla endured this life patiently. At the age of 17, a man proposed to her, and she got married. However, she faced the same problem her mother and grandmother had faced. The pregnancy would not last. After 3 years of attempts, her husband divorced her, and she returned to live with her grandparents. A year and a half later, another man proposed to her, and they got married. Yet the pregnancy problem persisted. This led her father-in-law to suggest that they visit a religious lodge in a distant area for spiritual treatment. There, the treatment sessions lasted for a month and a half. Layla experienced nightmares and terrifying visions involving frightening faces and dogs. The spiritual treatment was aimed at removing magic and separation spells. After completing the sessions, Layla returned home and committed herself to prayer, reading the Quran, and maintaining daily supplications. The result was positive. The pregnancy stabilized, and medical examinations confirmed that she was pregnant with twins, a boy and a girl. Despite the stability of the pregnancy, she had a terrifying dream one night in which a man with a sword tried to strike her stomach and back. She felt extreme fear, as if the dream were real, but thankfully the pregnancy remained stable afterward. Then came the great shock. Layla woke up to find herself lying in a pool of blood. She panicked and was terrified. She woke her husband immediately, and he rushed her to the emergency room. Upon arrival, the doctor examined her and informed her husband that the situation was critical and that she needed to be taken immediately to the operating room. Layla underwent emergency surgery, and the shock afterward was devastating. The male fetus had died, while the female fetus remained alive. The deceased fetus was removed to protect her health. The doctor advised her to rest completely and avoid any effort until the remaining months were completed. Eventually, her daughter was born safely, and her joy was indescribable. She thanked God for compensating her loss. After some time, Layla began to notice strange behavior from her sister-in-law, along with the disappearance of some of her belongings. She ignored it at first. Later, she had a terrifying dream involving a grave, pictures, and foul smells. After that, her psychological state deteriorated. Without any clear reason, her husband's behavior toward her changed. He became violent, refused to provide financial support, and beat her severely, causing permanent injuries and serious health problems. The situation ended in divorce after police intervention, and she only demanded her daughter's rights. After the divorce, Layla lived alone with her daughter, working and seeking treatment. However, her spiritual suffering returned stronger than ever. She began exhibiting abnormal behavior, and her only refuge was supplication and drawing closer to God. She began having recurring dreams of a righteous man instructing her to recite specific chapters of the Quran, wash with water mixed with cedar leaves, salt, and lavender, and to maintain prayer and wearing the hijab. Over time, her health improved suddenly and remarkably. However, what afflicted her was transferred to her daughter. She began performing spiritual protection and recitations for her child until her daughter also improved. Later, while working in a woman's house, Layla witnessed the woman's mother in a strange condition. She saw with her own eyes what appeared to be spiritual harm in the woman's leg. Through remembrance of God, reciting Surat al-Ikhlas, and applying olive oil, the woman was suddenly healed and began walking again. The woman confirmed that she saw a man and a woman dressed in white standing beside Layla. After this experience, Layla began to search for the truth behind her condition and question her reality. Yet she remained certain that God was with her and protecting her. Her only wish was that God would prolong her life so she could raise her daughter. She ended her story hoping it would serve as a lesson for others. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, leave a lovely comment, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with our latest stories. Your support means everything to us.